Hi everyone, Zeeboub here for a build showcase of my Penance character in Settled League. Gonna showcase Uber bosses and maps, and we're gonna talk about the build. Uh, this build is absolutely insane. Like we push the character like really far. It feels absolutely insane to play with. I pretty much got everything that I want. Um, let's Uber bosses here. If you guys don't know me, I'm Zeeboub, the guy that play brand skill and a league start brand. I play brand, a min-max brand. I'll make some mirror item for brand, and I've been doing that since a really long time now. Um, why do I like so much penance? It's because the skill mechanically is absolutely OP. It's a really strong skill here. Um, the fact that the skill automatically target monsters, the tap damage, like everything in the build feels quite good. And we are going as Inquisitor for multiple reasons. The fact that we are able to sustain easily Righteous Fire, the fact that we are enduring elemental resistances, on crit, which is extremely powerful on how we're gonna gear our character. We don't need any invest into penetration. Oh, okay, we're good. We don't need any invest into penetration or so it free up a lot of stuff on our gear. So way easier to gear up an Inquisitor. And since Penance is a physical skill, we can scale it with different ways, such as Hatred, Road of Ash, Physics Extra, Convert, and stuff. So pretty good. I will just show you a quick map. Just this is a corrupted map that I found on the floor. I'm just doing it with some scarab maps. Alright, we got on the Watcher. It's actually a pretty decent one. Nothing insane, but pretty okay. Should be a couple of div. I'm just swapping a ring because I'm farming with red altar, so I made a ring with a lot of fire and chaos stress, so I'm comfy with the altar. So as you can see, clear is pretty good with the build. We got like really good explode, very good brain range, good movement speed, pretty good defense in the build. Like the build got everything that I like into Impedance build. And also, by the way, guys, this is my first YouTube video, so apologize if I'm doing some mistake about pronunciation in English or stuff. I'm a French main, but I'm trying my best to talk English and express myself correctly in English. Yeah, just collecting T17, T16 maps, 8 mod with daily on them. Just for the mappers. It's a just map for mappers. And the way I like to build my brain character, I like to have a character that are comfortable to do every single content in the game. Uh, like I've been farming a lot of Baldo's map. Like if you guys come on stream, objective was to fill up the guild stash. We full Valdo's map. We still have two quad tab to fill up, so we got many Valdo to run. Alright, we're on bosses. Just press RF here. What's on the maps? Damage, life, less defense. I have to pay attention a bit here. I'm not gonna face tank ability here, even if I probably can. Alright, and then I will explain. I will show. I will put my gear. Well, I will show you my gear, choices I made, why I'm not going suppress, etc. etc. Alright, boss is down. Alright. Alright, let's start by the beginning. Penance Brand of Dissipation. How the skill works. This is a brand skill that attached to an enemy. You can have two brand attached to an enemy since you're using the Keystone Ringbinder. How Penance of Dissipation works is like you attach to an enemy and then it will stack up some stacks during the duration of your brand. You can scale activation frequency by scaling caster speed over your gear. Having two burn attached, so you stack twice faster. And there is also a support gem called Swift Brand that gave 48% more activation frequency. You can see that at 48% more caster speed. So you stack even faster, like twice faster again. So pretty cool support gem with Penance. I saw a lot of people doing the mistakes of not going with Swift Brand. Um, like Swift Brand is a good support gem if you already have like decent caster speed and decent brand duration, because like this is your top damage. This is 20 stacks here. You start here. If you play no Swift Brand, it's gonna be like this. And if you play Swift Brand, it's gonna be like this, like way faster reaching 20 stacks. And this is what we want with Penance Brand, is get the 20 stacks as faster as possible and stay for the best time possible at 20 stacks. So this is one of the reasons why we are scaling a bit of skill effect duration in our build, because it feels really good with Penance. So that being said, those two weapons are synthesized weapon mirror tier, like the best in slot for Penance. Caster speed, explode, spell double damage, +1/+1, spell non-chaos. The non-chaos part is absolutely awesome for the build because you do scale your explode and your main damage. And since we are converting, the skill is base physical, so the non-chaos works on the physical part, and then you convert. So it also works after on the conversion part. It also works for your physics extra cold from Hatred, your physics extra fire if you run a roll of ash. So pretty awesome. The helmet, 8 link helmet mirror tier. Can't get better than this. Let's talk about the body. Body, we are going full defense on the body, like really high armor and ES bases. We are using suffixes, essence mod, reduced crit per endurance charge. We have 6 permanent endurance charge, so that's 60% reduced damage from crit. I have 30% here and 10% of the tattoo, so we are aiming crit with the build. Pretty awesome. Suffixes life regen, quite awesome. We are Inquisitor. Our life regen apply to yes. So it's like duping the life regen. Like, as an Inquisitor, I like to scale as much as possible my regen, because you scale your yes regen and your life regen at the same time. Really strong. 8 PDR, pretty cool, and we go for as much defense possible on the prefix, like T1%, T1 hybrid, armor yes, and T1 life. On the implicit, we got Feast taken as lighting, so it's really cool defense against physical and +2 all max. Also works for your Chaos Res, so 77 Chaos Res max, pretty cool. Uh, Gloves, classic temple mold fracture, suffixes burn range, abyssal socket here, life and percent armor, and yes, I like to have an abyss socket there because it allows me to get my phasing. Got my phasing on kill. That's also a good way to get corrupted blood. The implicit here, for most of the people, the implicit will be convert, and then you craft convert, so you're converting the 50% missing on the penance, because penance itself convert, it's a base physical skill, and you convert 50% to lighting, so you're missing 50% to lighting to convert with, or convert to cold if you don't play Wrath, but I will talk about that a bit later. But since I do not need conversion, because I got conversion of my Watcher and conversion of my Militant Faith, I decided to go for some Leech and Unnerved. Normally, instead of Unnerved, I usually go with Freeze Spread, the freeze AoE. It's extremely strong for defense, but my character is like so strong right now that I do not need that, so I decided to go for a bit more damage. So I decided to go for a nerve on it. Boots, really huge defense boots, like really big defense. We got a bunch of life regen. Life regeneration rate will scale your life and yes regen. So it's 32% more regen. You can see like this, like the regeneration rate. So pretty awesome. Life, armor, energy shield, and suffixes. I go for effect of non-damaging element because I do a lot of content that are monster are like really tanky, and if you don't have the effect of non-damaging element, your shock is not high enough. You're not shocking the target really high, and shock is a more multiplier for your damage. So that's why I got the crit mastery here, 50% and 30% here for a total of 80. Pretty good. Ring. I made this ring. It's a triple synth onslaught. So I got my onslaught during bosses, and I can go with Mage Blood. I can go triple Lily Flask and movement speed without worrying about onslaught. I go for +1 endurance charge and percent life. Suffixes, we go caster speed multi and -1 endurance charge. So uh, that is pretty cool to have. Permanent endurance charge. Endurance charge this league have been changed. You gain elemental damage reduction. Endurance charge this league are absolutely crazy. So 4 PDR, 4 EDR per endurance charge. Really awesome. And prefixes like T1 life, T1 yes. Um, for the belt of choice, Mage Blood, of course. The best belt in the game, right? I'm not a big fan of HH setup. Mage Blood is just way over the top. You can gear your character way easily. Um, so yeah, Mage Blood OP. So it allows us to go triple Ailey Flask. Oh shit, I was running the wrong flask the entire time. You can go triple Ailey Flask here, so that brings up us to 86 max res with 7 endurance charge. So we are pretty comfy against elemental damage reduction. Pretty comfy against physical. We got 16k armor. We got a lot of PDR. Pretty good, and Quicksilver for zooming. Suffixes, I go with additional res. I was going before with a void stun there, but I got my void stun on my own setup, so I can fix my res over here. Percent life regen, absolutely awesome. Because once again, we are Inquisitor, we are scaling life regen, so we can apply to our ES, pretty strong, and percent armor here. The amulet choices, I got this really bad boy here. That's a triple positive mist focused amulet. Do not accept to make one of those. To be honest, it costs way too much. Uh, if you want to mist an amulet like this, the one that I've been using for a really long time was Life plus All Skill and I craft minus Frenzy. Why minus Frenzy? We are not using Frenzy Charge in the build right now. So if it goes negative, it doesn't matter. If it goes positive somehow and you're extremely lucky, you got plus your friends in your build, and that's also really good. So it's a really good outcome if you craft, if you want to make one. But this is really expensive, and a regular amulet will function really well too, with like 6 mod, life, +1/+1, caster speed, multi-brain range, will works really fine for that. Then for the amulet, yeah, we go life, all scale, pretty awesome. Scale everything in the build, every single aura. It's quite massive. You can see like seal 20, level 27. It's crazy. And brain range. Like brain range is part of our confidence while playing the game. Our brain attached like really far. You can attach like over here or something. So the covering of the build is absolutely crazy with that amount of brain range. So that was about the gear. Um, I'm gonna talk a bit about Penance again. We have cluster, medium cluster brand, and there is a really strong notable called Remarkable. Allows us to have to cast an additional brand at 35%, so we can stack 3 of those, so we are able to cast 2 brand at once per cast. Really awesome. Like I will, if you play with, you can't go back. Like it's insane how powerful it is. It's like 1 click, 2 brand attached to a boss's, full up tap damage, absolutely insane. And on top of that, you got caster speed with wind skill. We want to scale as high as possible our caster speed with penance. The other one is grand design. Grand design, absolutely awesome. You got some damage. You got some brain skill duration. Duration, really awesome for penance once again. And some brain attachment range. Like everything that we want here. Caster speed, brain attachment range, duration, and a bit of damage. So we go for triple of that. I got a small cluster with reservation efficiency here to be able to fit my aura and fix a bit my attribute cows, and we get a bit of life here. Um, all right, we need to talk about how I get my element immunity, and so we're gonna talk about this bad boy, the Militant Faith here. Decide to go for Militant Faith with mana cost and aura effect in the build. One of the reason is I'm using the Forbidden Flame and Flash Jewel that give me Conviction of Power. Conviction of Power is really good for the build. It gives you uh, 4 Endurance Charge and 4 Power Charge. So we don't need to care about Power Charge generation or Endurance Charge generation in the build. And on top of that, it do synergize extremely well with Iron Conviction, because we grant 3% more spell damage per power charge. But the downside is you can't generate Frenzy. You can still have minus Frenzy in the build if you want to. Uh, and on top of that, making even more this thing even more crazy is you can replace Notable with a Jewel, and you can get some really good stuff here, like Immune, Element, will on ground if you have at least 150 devotion. Getting 150 devotion is really complicated, but it become like way easier if we are using a thing called a natural instant here. A natural instant will allocate it all of those node here, so I gain so much devotion here. Like there is so many good things. Those are located in my build. Like look at that. That give you so much stuff natural here. It's a really powerful slot here for penance because you got the AoE, and I will talk about that. Explode and AoE scaling really important too. We got some cast speed, some fizz, we got some regen. That thing gives so much devotion. That give 105 devotion. Really awesome. Um, And also at the bottom, in the middle sign here, we have access to a duration wheel. Pretty good for penance. Once again, we want to scale as high as possible duration. We don't want like 20-second brain attached duration. We want to have a decent amount, like to feel comfy, because penance of dissipation, you have a ramping time, and if you ramp up to 20 stacks and then your brand disappear, and then you have to re-ramp to 20 stacks, your uptime damage not gonna be as good as you get 20 stacks and you pulse for 20 stacks for like 2 or 3 seconds. So that's how I like to play my brand build, is having decent caster speed, decent brand duration, so it feels really good to play with. Um, so pretty good combo here. And there is also other really powerful notable you can go for. Like I'm going for physical convert to lighting gear, because that allows me to fully convert my lighting with my Watcher's Eye. Where is my Watcher's Eye? Watcher's Eye, I'm using base crit rate to fill up my crits. I'm going Fizz as extra Vras, one of the strongest damage node you can get if you're using Vras and convert Vras. Like this Watcher is really, really strong. Um, Because once again, Penance is a base Physics extra skill, so every Physics extra scale really well. It's a spell, modifier to spell scale really well. Well, I think I talk about this here. The rest of my jewel, I decide to go for Adorn. Adorn has been nerfed this league, but it's still quite powerful. What do I give? What do I get from Adorn is mainly life, utility, and AoE. Like for example, you can make this type of jewel there, which is kind of crazy. You got 50% avoid stun, which is with the 100%. I got my stun immunity in one jewel. Absolutely crazy, right? It's extremely pain chain to make. It's extremely expensive to make, and we go for synthesize caster speed onslaught. So it's 10% caster speed, quite good, and Tier 1 life, 80 flight life, pretty good. The rest of my jewel are pretty much synthesize, AoE, and I was in the need of reservation efficiency of skill to be able to fit um, my aura on my life and on my mana. So all of those are AoE reservation, life multi. That one got on top. Spell leech is yes, pretty good. But all of those I like this. I think there is one that I go for crit chance because I was in the need of crit chance a bit. Um, so that's about it, pretty much, for the tree and the gear. About the gem setup, penance anticipation, Swift brand, of course, extremely strong support gem. I might remake a video and explain a bit more. I saw some people playing brand without Swift brand, like with Swift brand on, without any duration scaling and bad caster speed, and they are probably not even reaching 20 stack. It's like Penance, it's a completely gated skill to play with, to feels good with. Like there is a lot of requirement. Like you want to have two burn at once. You want to get three remarkable. You want to get some duration, some caster speed. It's not that easy to play Penance brand. Inspiration, really strong support gem, even if they nerf a bit the cost thing, and crit damage, like pretty good. One thing that I need to mention, this league, we have this new base type that give -2 support and +2 skill gem active. Like we used to play with the helmet that give flat gold because we're Inquisitor and healing elemental resistances, so we don't have any negative downside with the helmet, the Blizzard Crown. But this time, Archdemon Crown is like way better. It's like 5% more damage. And also, we have this basis is armor and energy shield, and this change quite a lot of thing just because of this mastery here. This mastery gives you 100% increase armor and energy shield from equipped body armor if your helmet, gloves, and boots all of those three have armor and energy shield. So that's why I'm going armor and energy shield. Like gloves, boots, and helmet got armor and energy shield. I'm taking the mastery. The mastery provide me 3k5 armor and 730 ES in one mastery. This is absolutely crazy mastery. Like this mastery is like absolutely strong. It gives so much defense. Defense, it's absolutely crazy. So that's why we have such a huge amount of ES there and armor without using any granite flask or determination. My aura setup on my body is Hatred. Hatred, pretty awesome. 43% physics extra cold. Really, even with the nerf, the gem is still absolutely crazy. What can 5, Enlighten 5. We go Vras. I really like Vras because it's a more spell lighting modifier. So we are full converting to lighting. We get some physics extra lighting with the Watcher's Eye. So pretty strong aura. We go Zeal. More damage. You got crit. Zeal also really awesome for Inquisitor. Uh, there is stuff that people do not realize is Zeal give 10% chance to create calm ground while you hit a rare or unique enemy lasting for 8 seconds. And calm ground you create apply 15 increased damage taken to enemy. So with Zeal, the Mastery, and the fact that Penance hit really fast, you are getting the full potential of this Ascendancy here, Sanctuary. So pretty good. I'm going level 1 Precision there because I am able to get a bit of extra crits. Uh, Petrified Blood. Why Petrified Blood? We are going Petrified Blood because that allows us to use this Keystone, Pena Treatment. Also, Petrified Blood allows us to have this empty little buffer of HP there, and it allows us to, since we got Leech in our build, we are able to Perma Leech. I mean, it's like the Leech, when you do not hit enemy, it will stay for like 3 or 3 seconds. So pretty powerful, and we can use prefixes like increased damage with leeching, which is that work up all of the time. Also, this is global damage, so that works for explode. Uh, Pretty awesome. We got Arcane Surge since Mark Flame Dash here, classic. We go with the Guardian Blessing setup. With Ray Spectre, we are using the Dark Marionettes, so when they die, they do respawn. My AC is low level because I don't have that much dex in my build. You could get it higher, will probably be better. I'm probably able to get like 1 or 2 level, but yeah, Righteous Fire, 46% more spell damage. We're Inquisitor, we sustain Righteous Fire pretty easily. We have some max elemental resistances. We got 2k2 ES regen, we got 2k2 life regen. We're sustaining Righteous Fire really easily. And Automation Steel Skin. With the gem level scaling, we can take the buff grants like 4k damage. Pretty good. About our boots, we go Herald of Ash. Herald of Ash is good. You can play Herald of Purity too. I don't know which one is better. Personally, I just prefer Herald of Ash because you have the skin Herald of Ash with mapping, so that's quite cool. And you do scale pretty well with the non-Chaos extra we have on the weapon, so. And it's 23% physics as extra. Pretty good. Go arrogance, so this is on our life, and we go for 21 vitality and 21 clarity. This is how we are sustaining our mana. So I think we're pretty much done. The only thing that I could mention is here we have Canaldra Touch. I like to get this Lotring here flexible. If I do some Uber bosses, I go Canaldra Touch. If I want to farm Red Altar, I'll make a ring for farming Red Altar that give me a lot of fire res and chaos res, so I don't need to pay attention of not clicking like this Giga Altar that give like minus 120 chaos res. Most of the time I play with Death Rush. I'm a really big fan of Death Rush. Adrenaline, absolutely crazy, give 100% damage, caster speed, movement speed. The recovery on kill is really useful. Early on, I really like this ring. It's really comfy to play with, especially mapping. Uh, Also, adrenaline is global damage, so that scale our explode damage. They're pretty cool. And if you want to farm blue, you can make blue ring that give a lot of gold and lightning rest, or you're comfy with. Um, let's talk about explode a bit. Explode, I only have 30% on my weapon, but we do have a lot of explode scaling. What I mean by that is we are running a Road of Ash, Physics Extra. We are converting some physical to Ellie. We are getting some Physics Extra of Wrath. We got Hatred, Physics Extra Cold, and I don't feel I need more explode right now. I got like really huge explode radius. Like we have all of this AoE node, we have AoE here. I got mini jewel with AoE. So I think my explode radius right now is like quite good. I can show you maybe in my current brand setup. I will give the pub in description so you guys can see. Uh, this is mapping setup here. Let me show you the explode radius. My explode radius is 32. The base explode radius without any AoE scaling is 22. So 32 AoE explode, this is really, really good. With the amount of brain range we have, this is quite good. Um, I think this is my pop right now. I don't think I've changed anything. I can clean your nerve there. Uh, so yeah, we got pretty good max 8. We got a lot of regen. The build got everything that I wanted. Like seriously, the build feels absolutely crazy right now. Of course, it's really expensive. It's kind of fully min max. I can go for more upgrade if I wanted to. Um, but like it's 400 mil with that much movement speed, clear defense. Like it's pretty good. It can be higher, definitely. You can push burn damage to over 800 or something, but I like the fact being pretty comfy. Um, my setup. Also, something that I want to mention and a lot of people do not know, we are permanently Conground. Conground provide you 50% reduce curse effectiveness. So I saw a lot of people Inquisitor running Flask with reduced effect of curses, and I don't know if they realize that effect of Conground provide you with effect of curses. You got 50%. You got this devotion here that give effect of congruence, so curses are effective at 44% on you. I am emu curses just by getting reduce effect of curses here on the natural, and I got another one uh, here, and also reduce effect of curses, so I'm emu curses in the build as well. I think that's it. That was a really long video. I don't know what else more to say. Oh yeah, I can mention why I'm not going suppress. I don't like suppress in the Inquisitor archetype. I think I'm more energy shield and regen scaling with I, with endurance charge scaling and max res with the mage blood and the implicit here as this is way more than enough. Suppression is like way too much requirement. I will have to sacrifice my abyssal socket, my regen, a suffixes. I will have to sacrifice way too much stuff to make it worth, in my opinion. So that's why I'm not going suppress. You could make suppress if you wanted to. I'm not a big fan, especially because it's really complicated to get suppressed. You got a bit of suppress here. You got a bit of suppress here if you use the Maven Jewel. You can make it. I feel this is not worth it in my build to go with. I want to go more HP, more yes, more regen, more max res, and the build feels just better, in my opinion, than going for suppress. I know Gun and Madara are going for suppress, but they are going HH, like it's a different playstyle. Uh, they're going HH, Grace, suppress, but they do whatever they want, right? Their build are fucking awesome. Uh, but yeah, I think I'd rather get this type of stuff with Mage Blood. I think that's it. I think we are done for the build. If you guys got more question, let me know in the comment. If you guys want to know how I'm restarting Penance, you probably guys want as well more budget Penance Inquisitor. So we could do that in video, make some pub on Twitch and update it on YouTube. Yeah, that's it. I will give the pub here in the comment, and I will see you on next video on Twitch. See you.